Please stand by. Today's call will begin in approximately 2 minutes. Today's call will begin in about 1 minute. Please stand by. Welcome, everybody, to the continuation of the training for a client creator. My name is Rand Smith, which I know you know because my voice sounds like an older woman. You think I don't know that? It's weird. I had that my whole life. My kids think it's the funniest thing in the whole world. We'll go through a drive-through restaurant or something, and a fast food drive-through, and the lady always says, that the guy says, uh, when I order, they go, thank you, ma'am. And Brandon, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, we're going to try to keep these calls to about 30 minutes because that's an interval that we all seem to learn in these days. It used to be 50 minutes, it's down to 30, and who knows what it'll be after a short period of time. But with that being said, today's call may go into a part two, but meanwhile, we have part one. I'm going to turn it over to Brandon to get started so we don't waste any time. Brandon, it's all yours.
Thanks, Rand. Yeah, I think we're probably going to have to do two parts on this the CRM, just to let everybody know, because there's so many tools and details in the CRM that I don't want to miss anything, and I don't want you to get overwhelmed for what you can do and how you can function. Um, so the first thing I want to cover is that if you missed last week's Zoom meeting or you want to go over and back, um, and review the last week's meeting, and this week meeting after it's recorded, you just go down to the video library and then you click on Zoom, and all of our meetings are going to be listed there. You'll see the last week's meeting is going to be there, and this week's meeting will be after we're completed and it's formatted and uploaded. You'll see it here, so you can access these at any time, use them for reference, and to learn the system. And if you miss a meeting, obviously they're always going to be there for you as well. So we're going to go back to, and we're going to cover the client manager. And the client manager is obviously located here. And today we're going to do a focus on the front part of this client manager, and I'm going to show you a lot of the features that are listed here. We'll go into a little bit of the details on the detail screen, but I want you to be comfortable with the front part of this system. So when you click on your client manager, you'll have a couple different options here. You're going to see your list of clients that are in here. So you'll have your leads list from the marketing that our team is doing here for you. And then you're going to have your, if a lot of you imported or did imports into the CRM and Client Creator, did that here. So you'll see the list here, and I want to show you how to navigate that, how to sort that, how to manage these so that it can be found a little bit better. So the first thing you're going to notice here is you're going to see a summary of your clients. And right above that, you're going to see an options section. And I'm going to cover what the different options are in the CRM. you could click on this right here on the top left, and it's going to bring out a options panel for you. And these are all the different things you can do here. You can click on a client list. That brings you back to the client list, so which is where we are. The next thing you can do is click on add a client. And this is if you want to manually add somebody in. You're not importing them in with the batch database. You're just going to manually add the client here. So to do that, you're just going to basically click on that. Brings up the little thing. I'm just going to put test 3 because it looks like I have a couple other ones on here. Their street address, city, and CA. 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter. And it can be test at clientcreator.com. And if you have a phone number, you can put that in here, whatever you want. List numbers, and you could just hit save, and it'll update the information. And you'll see that it adds the client to the list here. So that's one easy way that you can go in and add a client. You can go in and view the details and add more information by clicking on the view. And again, I'll show you that briefly, but we're not going to go too far into this information. But this will bring up all the details and the social media lookups and the tags and the notes that you can put on here. So we're going to go back to this. The current client types. These are types of clients that you can categorize your list for. So you have different options here. The first one we set up with the default. So these are the basic defaults in our system. You can have 30-day buyers, expired listing, FSBO, hot seller lead, and escrow, no longer looking, past clients, and sellers. So you can use those in here. These are the defaults that come with the system. Actually, this one here is a one that we added. So if you have a specific one that you want to add that's not in the defaults, let's just say you're going to add one here. We're going to type in new buyer list. Sorry, not typing right. And then hit save. So this will put in a new buyer list into your system. And you'll see you can categorize your clients with this. You'll be now able to use that and option it. So the defaults are able to be used. I'm sorry, the defaults are able to be used, but the ones you add are able to be edited. So let's say you want to go back in and you want to edit that and you want to change it, or you want to delete it. You just click on delete, and that'll allow you to delete the message or the client type. So this is the one way to add all these. And again, this is one way to categorize your clients into specific categories so that you can find them easy. You can set them up on email campaigns a little bit easier. If you want to mass email all of the clients on a specific category, you can do that here. So the next, that was the current client types. The next one is the import client list. And this is what a lot of you are trying to do with your existing client lists. Some have been successful and some have not. And if you are not successful, you can send that to us, and you can we'll format it. We'll upload it to your CRM. But I'm going to go through the system with you. So if you want to import your client list, you're going to click on import. So this is going to tell you that the fields that will import into your system: first name, last name, address, city, state, zip, phone number, email address, and your client type. If you're not sure how to format it, or you want to get a sample format here, you can click on download a sample format. And if you click on that, it'll download it and you'll get a sample CSV file, and you can download that there. Then you can plug in your information and upload that list right here. But these are the fields and the lists that need to be done. If you could hang on once, I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm having an audio problem with my ear. I just want to take it out one second. Okay, I think that squared it away. I'm sorry, I was getting crackling in my ear, and I think it was my earpiece. So that's how we import a client list into the system. Now, again, if you have a problem with your client list, or you are not able to get it formatted properly, please send it to us at support@clientcreator.com, and we will get it done for you and import it into your system rather easily. So the next part on your client list is your export. And again, this is pretty similar to what the import is. It's going to export it into a database or a CSV file for your system pretty easily. This will take all of your clients that are in your CRM and Client Creator and download it for you. So if you wanted to export all of these, you would click on this. It takes a couple seconds for it to process. And once it's done processing, it will give you a download file. You'll click on download and save it to your local computer. So that'll have all of the details, all of the information, all the phone numbers, everything pretty much with your client that you have done or have inputted into the CRM will be available to you. Okay, the next one is an option that is very rarely used, but we do have it on here for you to utilize if you want. So if you have a need to email everyone on your list, so regardless if they're a buyer or seller, or what category they're in, what client type, this will email everybody. So you're going to click on that. It'll open up a window for you to type up your message. You put in the subject of your message and then the body of your message, and then you hit send. It's that simple. It will send out an email to all of your clients. Some people have been using that because of the holidays. They've been sending out messages, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, all of that stuff. So if you want to do that, you can do that and email everybody in your client list with one pretty easy process. The next one is the CRM tutorial, and this is pretty much covering all of our process in the CRM. So if you're lost or if you're want to go over how to do something, the CRM tutorials for you. That's also chaptered. And by that, I mean, we have a chapter so that if you want to go to a specific area in the CRM, it's easy to find and you can do that pretty easily. So yeah, it's a YouTube video that we recorded and uploaded, so it's available to everybody. So again, besides the Zoom meetings that we're having, if you want to go and review this as CRM tutorial, you can do that there. The next one is the opt-in manager. This is going to apply anybody that you have manually added into our system that has not gone through a lead capture page, or just like I did that test 3, I added that person in here. This is going to be on somebody's microphone's on. I hear a dog. Sorry about that. Everybody that's going to opt in has to, if you add a person in, they have to opt into receiving messages from you. There's a couple different reasons for this, but primarily we want to make sure that your email deliverability is good. And that people are not just buying lists online and uploading them to the CRM and sending out emails that are being, picked up as spam. The people that receive the messages from you should want to receive messages from you. So the opt-in manager allows you to modify the message in the opt-in. So you can customize this a little bit so that, if you're sending something to a client that hasn't, haven't spoken to or haven't received anything from in a while, you could say, hey, this is, Brandon, I'm working with Client Creator System, and I'd like to add you to my mailing list, so forth and so on. And they'll get a little link to approve it. Once it's approved, they have opted in. And again, it prevents spam. It prevents your email rating from deteriorating, so that you get your messages delivered to their inbox successfully. So this is how you'll modify that. And again, you'll see this little highlighted part in the beginning here. It says this is your message. That's what you can edit. This part right here is standard. It has to stay on there. It's so that we meet the guidelines that are required for email systems. So if you want to edit your message, just click on that, and you can see, hey, this is Brandon. I'm just going to put some dots, and you put that on there. Oh, sorry, got to go back that. Oh, sorry about that. So you'll see it said, hey, this is Brandon, and then it'll go on with the other message. So you can put whatever you want in there to make sure that it works. So it has a little bit of a customization. So it doesn't, it has a standard on there as a default, then you've been added to my mailing list. It has your information on it. But again, if you want to customize it, you can do that here. If you want to resend them out, let's say you've had them in your client list and they still haven't opted in, you can resend them out manually, and you're basically going to just do that up here. It says this will reset all of your clients that have not already opted in, and it'll reprocess them out for an email. So our system automatically does this for you one time when you add them into the system. But if you've noticed that there's people that still haven't opted in, or you want to resend them or requeue them up to have a sent, you can just hit that process here, and that'll queue everybody up, and it'll resend it out to them. Okay, and the final one is to switch to the classic CRM. This really won't apply to any of our new members. It really only goes to our older members that have been in this system for a while. When we first created the new CRM, obviously there was a big change, and we like to make sure that if they were comfortable in the old way, they could go back to the old way. But you know, you want to, there's so many tools and options in the current CRM that I want to make sure that everybody's using the new version.
We had a
Okay, so
question from someone that wanted to know if they had to opt in to get the Monday morning coffee.
yeah, if they are going to receive a message from Client Creator, they do have to opt in.
Okay, and that's fit all the new rules. That's based on all the new rules that are out there for sending out messages and receiving messages.
Yeah,
And
you
we
got to
can,
understand you're building up your email credibility. So if you have messages that are going out or being reported as spam to people who don't want to receive them, you know, your email credibility is going to drop, and then you're going to get categorized as spam, and then you're never going to be able to communicate with anybody. So this is really in your best interest and in ours. We want to make sure that our rating is very good. And that our emails are getting delivered. I'm sure everybody's received messages and they go to their spam folder, where we're trying to prevent that. We want to make sure that they're being delivered. Your text messages are going through, because the people that you're communicating with want to receive information from you and have agreed to receive information from you. So, you know, there's a reason for that. If you import, we have some people that bought email lists online and uploaded them to our CRM, and then you have 5,000 emails that these people don't know where they're being sent to. I wouldn't want to receive information from you if I didn't opt in, but they send them out anyway. So this is what the process to make sure that they opt in to receive their emails.
okay, one other quick question while we're got a break here.
Sure.
So if the contacts have not opted in, the only way to start a conversation is through our private Gmail or iCloud accounts, correct?
I'm not sure about that. I'm not familiar with that, Randy.
Well, one of the other ways that you can communicate with them is, remember, if you use the magic button, which we'll go over again today, it will give you all the icons to their social media, and you can click on their social media button and go to their social media sites.
Gotcha.
And
Yep.
communicate with them that way. In fact, that's one of the best ways to communicate with them, because why? Nobody's doing it. Okay. And then somebody says, how can we send our message? How can we be sure our message does not go to spam?
Exactly, as we just went over. You're
Yeah.
building up your credibility of the clients that are in your system, and the messages that are being received, and the deliverability, of your messages, to make sure that they're valid. That's why we don't want to send you don't want to send the bad addresses or email addresses that don't exist, or email addresses that are no longer in use. That's all going to deteriorate from your credibility. So the best way to get delivered to the inbox is to make sure that the messages being sent out are valid, and people do want to receive them and have opted in to receive them. That's the biggest thing for all these people who are importing their clients. They might be clients from 10, 15 years ago, but you want to make sure that you still can have, they still have to be able to opt in to receive messages from our system, because without that, you're technically spamming them without their approval, and that's what we're trying to avoid.
Okay, one more quick message. Let's see here. Not sure if I understand this. It says, does this CRM have triggers? So if a seller or buyer lead comes in, a seller or buyer link to our guides are sent.
Again, Rand, I'm not familiar with what they're referring to there. You might have to return to you.
I'm not sure either. Whatever if they're going to your lead capture website for anything, it will give it to them right then. It's not a link that would have to go out to them, except for when every month automatically they'll get an update to their CRM. I mean, to their CRM, to their CMA, to go check it out. And that'll be a link that goes to them.
Yeah,
So,
and just to clarify too, when we are doing our marketing, whether it's for buyers or sellers, the CMA is basically one of the only things that is provided to immediately. If they're looking for home lists, or they're looking for additional first-time home buyer programs or anything like that, that's going to be part of your process for follow-up. Once the lead's generated, again, whether it's a first-time home buyer looking for incentives, or somebody looking for 4-bedroom homes, or acre plus homes, whatever it may be, it would be up to you as the realtor to use that follow-up process to send them that home list. We're not going to do it for you. That's going to be part, something you're going to implement as part of your follow-up process.
okay, how do I edit a contact previously entered?
So, okay, jumping ahead a little bit there, but if you want to edit anything on
Yeah.
your client, you're going to click on the view, and if you bring up the view, it's going to pull up all of the information, and you can edit sections of this. So you can edit their name information by bringing that pull up here. You can change their name, email address, all that information. You can change their client type, what kind of client they're going to be. You can assign that there, client status. So all of that is done within the view. And again, I'm going to go over this. It may not be today, but I am going to go over this. But I want to make sure that we have all of the functionality on the main page down, so that you can manage your client list, because this is important. I want to make sure that you have access to get, some of these people, some of these lists are going to get very large very quickly. So you want to make sure that you can find and categorize your clients pretty quickly, and manage it as the new leads are being added into your system. So
Okay,
this
that's
search,
it for questions now. I'm not going to ask any more questions now because we're getting behind really
no
quickly.
worries. So the search option here is you can search for anything as for a client. You can search by their client status. You can search by their client type. You can search by an email address, by a phone number, by the lead capture page they came in on. You can put any of that in here. And again, and some of the details in our client system allow you to assign tags. Like if you want to tag somebody, maybe they were, recently retired, or, recently visited us, whatever it may be, you can tag certain clients so that you can categorize them a little bit better. And that allows you to be able to find these clients a little bit, a little easier. Because again, when this comes down to, a couple 100,000 people in your client list, you want to be able to find people pretty quickly. So you can put that information in here. Again, if I put Reby Rand, it's gonna search the system, and it's going to display this person with this email address. So it's going to be putting, allow you to find people pretty quickly. So I want you to know that search feature is very robust, and you can find, people or a group of people pretty easily. I mean, you could put in there, buyer, if they're categorized as a buyer. I don't think I have anybody categorized currently, but if they were on there as a buyer or a seller, you could put that in here as well, and it'll pull up everybody that's that's categorized as a seller or by their client type. If you want to, so let's say you do a search and it pulls up these 3 names. and you want to email all three of these people. You're going to select each of those, put a check mark next to both of them, and you're going to click on the email button right here. It's going to allow you to send a message to those three clients. So again, if you search for somebody or search for a group of people, and like I said, if you categorize them with client tags, you can send the message out to everyone. So for instance, people are applying this. If somebody was looking for a 4-bedroom home, you have a couple of clients looking for a 4-bedroom home, and one comes on the market. You could go in there and search for clients for that are categorized from the lead capture page 4-bedroom home, and then send a new listing to all of them. Say one just came on the market that might be they might be interested in. So you could type in the search box 4-bedroom home, select all the clients that are listed there that you want to send an email to, and put the link to the 4-bedroom home listing right in here. So a real easy way to communicate and send that information to those clients. Same thing if you wanted to do that and send a text message to all of them. You can send a text message, and the text message you can put it right up here, and it'll send out a text message to all of those clients. So a real easy way to communicate with clients, send an email, communicate with them, pretty quickly. And again, utilize the client manager a little bit more easily, and something that can be applied to your business. Again, I'm going to just search a couple just to show you these other differences. So let's say you wanted to search them and you wanted to change their status pretty quickly. You select them, click on the status, and then change. Maybe they're going to be in progress, and you're going to hit save, and it's going to change their statuses to in progress. Again, same thing. We got another option here. You can change the type of client that they are by selecting it. Let's say that they're buyers now, and hit save, and that'll categorize them as a buyer. So quick ways to just change either one client or multiple clients. One other thing you can do is you can delete a client. Just click the check bar, hit the delete, and that'll remove it. And you see that new client that I just added at the beginning of this is now removed. These selections up here are the types of leads that we just changed. You can see we have new leads, in progress. Because we changed that source, you'll see that those two are going to come up here because we changed their source to in progress. And if you had active, you could pull them in here, closed, working, future. So these are all of the options you can, again, sort your client list for to find people. The next section is going to have all leads. So this is going to show everybody that's in your system. The next one's going to be just the lead list. So the lead list is anybody that comes through a lead capture page. This will get rid of all the people that you manually added in or imported into the system. This will just show the ones that have come through a lead capture page in Client Creator. So this is a real easy way to just to sort out all of those leads. Let's say you brought in 1,000 people into your system from an import, but you want to just see the ones that have actually come through a lead capture page. That'll be the way to do that. If you're looking for just a phone number for the leads, you can click on this. It'll replace the email address with the phone number. Neither of these we put in a phone for, so that'll be listed here if they had a phone number done. And the last section here is the deleted section. This is going to be anybody that you removed from the system. Now, with Client Creator, it is deleted and removed from your active system, but we never really delete data. So it's still available to you. So let's say you had an accident and you deleted somebody that you shouldn't have done, or maybe they contact you a week later and they're now active, or they want to become active. So if you have a deleted, a nice little feature here is if you click on the view next to the deleted, you'll see up in here, it's got a restore client. If you hit restore client, it'll take it from the deleted status and put it back into your client list. And if we go back into our client list, you'll see now that that is back on there in the system. So again, even though you may have deleted it and removed it, it's never fully deleted. We do keep that data on here for instances just like this. So
Okay,
I'm gonna,
I fibbed, and I got another question because it's a pretty good one. What number do they receive from when you send out a text message? And what is the cost per text?
You don't pay.
Right.
We pay for you. We handle, that's all included in the cost with Client Creator. So how it works is it will receive a text message from our registered phone number. And I'm sure probably a lot of you are familiar with SMS messaging. They just changed all of the information where you have to register a SMS number so that it'll get delivered to all of these carriers. Well, we've gone through that process and we've gotten our phone numbers registered. And again, just like the email, everything gets validated. So if a text message goes out to a client, it is going to go out from our Client Creator registered number. However, if they reply, if they type a text message back in that same information, in that same message, it's not going to come to us. It's going to go directly to your cell phone that's registered in your Client Creator account. So only the initial message will go out to the client. If they reply, even if they say thank you, you'll get that message back into your system. Into your cell phone. So it kind of takes us out of the loop for that, so you can communicate with them directly. So yeah, pretty easy way for our system to send out a message. We can't send messages out as you. Client Creator can't send the message out from your email address. Not allowed. Would be considered phishing. We're trying to be somebody we're not. We're trying to say that we're Reby Rand at Verizon.net when we're not. That's somebody's email address. Same thing with your cell phone. We're not. We don't want to try to be a cell phone number that we're not. So that's why we have to make sure we have everything covered and we're fully registered, so that when our messages go out, whether it's email or text messages, everything's validated and we are, it's a legitimate email and or text. But again, if they reply to an email or they reply to a text message, it goes directly to you. You don't have to come into Client Creator to respond to it. You can if you want to, but you can do it directly through your phone or through your email inbox. So is that it, Rand? Did you want to?
Oh no, we've got dozens of questions today, so we just don't have time to go through them all. I'm so sorry. But you can always go back and watch this video again. And then send any questions that you have left over to support@clientcreator.com. And we'll get back to you.
It's important. And again, the biggest thing with the CRM, and again, I know you said that stick to a half hour. So that I do want to go into the details. This screen right here, when you go into the details, has so many functions and features on it that I want to make sure that we cover all of this information. But a lot of it can be managed. You can manage most of your clients in here. You'll see on this one here at the very top, the email has not been verified yet because we just added that in. So this is telling you that they have not opted in to receiving your message yet. So if you want to resend them a message, for them to opt in, you can do that. You just click on send verification and it'll tell you that it's sent it out. So they'll be able to, to opt in. But you can come in here. There's different sections, and I'll go over these real quickly with you. But I'm going to go into detail in the next CRM meeting or the Zoom meeting. All of the details of the client can be put on here. You can add profile picture, has their client ID, the date that they entered, any address information on here. Anything that you want to add, you can put on here. Cover quickly the types of buyers that they are. This can either be set from the front page where I showed you, or it can be set here as well. We don't have an address on here, but if they have an address on here, you can pull up the home value. Let me put an address on here just so I can show you. What was that address we use, Rand? I forget what you always use.
For what?
For yours that we always pull out for the home valuation?
39257 Del Parque Court. 3 words.
QUE?
Yeah. QUE. Yeah, very good.
What city?
Murrieta.
Zip.
92562.
All right, let's save that because I forgot that this wasn't in here. So we put that information on here. So, and again, if a seller lead comes in and this information's on here, if you click on that home value, it's going to pull up the image. Did I pull up that information right? Did I spell it right?
Let's see, 39257 Del Parque Court. Yep. M-U-R-R. Oh, it's M-U-R-R-I-T-A, I believe.
M-U-R-I, I forgot it. R-I-T.
And then one T. Yeah.
That'll make a difference. Now let's see if I pull it up.
It's not coming up
Yeah,
still,
it's
huh?
not coming up. I must have did something wrong. Huh, that's interesting. But in any event, I'm sorry, I apologize for that. I'll find out why that's not pulling up. But this will pull up if it pulls in from your CMA. It'll pull in all the information for the property and provide this for you. It'll also provide you with an estimated value, a market value. You'll see that here. And this automatically gets populated. We pull from multiple systems for a market value. We'll pull from Zillow, we'll pull from Trulia, we'll pull from realtor.com, and we'll pull from public data. So we try to find out who has the most data, and we pull that information in here. So it depends on certain areas provide market data for certain cities. Some are only use public data based on their regulations. So depending on where you live or where the address of the property is and which sources providing us the most information that is put on here. And at the very bottom, I'm sorry, the identifier right here, it'll tell you what the source of the CMA that's being provided for is, up here. So if it's Zillow, if it's Realtor, if it's Trulia, or if it's public data, that'll all be supplied. That'll also be supplied here. So that has the information for the buyer information. And again, preferences. This source manually added, if they come through a lead capture page, it will say the lead capture page that they're in, that they came through. Whether, again, we talked about 4-bedroom homes or first-time home buyer, that's all listed here. So the source of that will be, put here, so you'll know where they're coming in through, what they're looking for. And again, if they're looking for specifics here, bed, bath, square footage, all of that will populate, right here. Rand, I know you wanted to keep this under half hour. Do you want to pause and then?
Yeah, let me give a last question.
Sure.
It says, I tested the text message, but didn't receive a message when I replied. And then someone said right behind that, yes, I tested myself and got nothing on a 4-bedroom in the area. I'm not sure where the 4-bedroom came from.
So
I replied and got nothing.
So
yeah.
If you did not get a text message, make sure that your account has it set up in the mobile section. So go to account, mobile settings, make sure it's all put in here. Make sure it's all filled out, because if not, it won't be able to send you the system. So account, options, and then mobile settings. You just want to make sure that that's all filled out for you and accurate, so that our system can send you the text message. If you still did not get, if that's all filled out correctly and it's still not sending, send a support ticket in so we can check your phone number, make sure nothing got blocked or is being prevented, and they'll be able to get that squared away. Was there any other questions, Rand, or we're good?
No, I think that, we've got a bunch, but we're just not going to be able to answer them all today.
No problem. Yes, so, you can always send a ticket into support, support@clientcreator.com, and we'll do our best to get back to you and get you those answers that you need if it wasn't answered today. Next week, we're going to come over and I'm going to go through all of the details, how to do the lookups and all the functions in in the CRM in Client Creator, so you can see just how powerful this system is.
It is incredible. You can't outgrow the system, that's for sure. Okay, you guys have a happy new year, and we'll see you next week, same time, same place, and we'll be here. Thank you.